We're in a leafy suburb in Melbourne where we're going to introduce you to the Barrett family. Now, this is where the kidults are moving home with the boomerangs, and I've got my mum to help interview as well.
And what we're going to do is separate the two so that we can delve deeper into the roles and the changing roles from kid to adult. So come on in and let's go and visit them.
I have with me Scott and Evelyn. Now, Scott and Evelyn, welcome to the show. Tell me, how did it all come about that you guys ended up living with your parents?
I think when our relationship got a bit more serious, we realised that we were going to take things to the next level, and that meant saving money and things like that. So first of all, I moved home, but closer to the wedding, Evelyn came to live with us, and we've just been living here at home for the short time after the wedding.
Okay, so this is Denise and Lindsay, and I just want to ask you to delve further into the changes that may have occurred by having your kidult back home again. How has that changed in the way your privacy, the roles that you may have now to what it was when he was a child?
I think with having him come in our home with his wife, we feel it's a privilege for us, because to us we've got to know Evelyn a lot more and to watch them as a young couple. With the adjusting, we've had to time our showers and who's priority, who's to go and have a shower first, and little things like that.
Now, this isn't your first time back home, Scott. When did you first leave home?
I left home when I was about 18 to go to university, when I did my first degree interstate, and sort of tried to make a go of it then. But when plans change, you come home.
I think our biggest adjustment, we realised how much stuff he accumulated in the time he was away. He really needed his own house, so we had to somehow fit all his things into our house, which is not that big, but it's
So how did you juggle that role or negotiate that?
Fortunately, we'd built an extra room out the back, and that became their walk-in robe, their lounge room, their study, and anything else that they had went in there too.
Yeah.
What was it like moving back home at the start, just merging with day-to-day living?
When I first moved back home, I was quite conscious of how the house would be and wanted to be helpful. But I actually found by being too helpful, it kind of just threw my mum out of her normal rhythm. Mums love being mums, and she kind of liked that responsibility again. Over time, we have got roles in the house, and we do our own washing, and we are able to help with the cooking in a scheduled time. But in the beginning, you just had to make sure my mum was still able to run her house the way she wanted to.
And what about cooking then? Obviously, you don't have two kitchens in the house. You've only got one kitchen. Does Denise do the cooking, or do you do the cooking?
She does cook most of the time. In the beginning, she was cooking the whole time, and I felt like, I need your help in some way. So I offered to cook at least twice a week. So today, I usually cook Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes I help just, peeling the vegetables for her and helping a little bit.
And so what about money? Can I ask you about money? How did you juggle the finances? Like, there's rates, there's water, there's heating.
We didn't actually juggle the finances, Del. We had a roof over our head and they shared
We're
it.
happy to share it, yeah.
Oh, they're on a winning wicket there, I think.
Well, to us, we can't hand them fistfuls of money, but we can offer our home, which gives them the opportunity to save for them to buy their own home.
Scott, you've bought yourself a house, which is fantastic for the both of you. That's great. Now, how has living at home helped you achieve that goal?
Well, first of all, I guess it helped us get rid of any past debts that we had. And then when we saw how quickly we could pay that off, then we could see that saving up for a deposit was actually possible, and actually being able to buy ourselves something nicer than we would have otherwise been able to afford by having lower overheads.
So what would you say to other boomeranger parents? What would your advice be?
Yeah, you have to let them make their choices, and as a mum, I'm accused of being guilty of being a mum. I have to hold my tongue sometimes and just think it, not say it.
Okay.
I think that today with the overseas travel, they come back home, and if you don't give them a roof over their head, they're never going to get their own roof.
Yeah.
It's just too expensive. But if they can get a start, they can get on with the rest of their life.
See, Mum, isn't that a lot like when I was living at home with you? Perfect harmony.
You're right.